Aloha, Flimsy Lunch Tray here with a replay on Hotspot in the Tier 9 Seattle. This is an interesting match because there's only one destroyer on each team, which means it's going to make capping rather interesting to see how this goes. So, a few updates real quick. I'm actually going to start probably this weekend a World of Warship series that will be titled as World of Warship Basics fill in the blank. So I'm going to go over some very beginner things in this game, things I wish I would have known when I first started the game, navigating ports, how best to utilize camos, signals, so on and so forth. The best ways to grind up a ship chain, and so on and so forth. So I'll be looking for that to come soon. My goal is at least to have 3 videos up a week. Right now I'm thinking Monday, Wednesday, Friday to have an upload. I'm a little bit off this week because of work, had some long days. So this one will probably be coming out tomorrow on Thursday as I'm recording this on Wednesday, or maybe it's going to be Friday. We'll see. So, in looking here, what I'm going to... This battle isn't going to be a very exciting one, but it's going to be one that is based off playing strategically and brings you more experience. So it might not be flashy, killing a lot of ships, farming a ton of damage, but this is a more strategic play, and that's kind of what I felt should show you this battle, as it happened, I think, like 2 days ago when I did this. So right now I'm pushing up to A, and I'm already thinking that I'm going to have to slip into this cap, though I really want to know where the ships on the enemy team that have radar, where they're at, because one of the things on this particular cap on this map, if you look at the mini map, if you're in a cruiser seeking to cap this this particular cap, it's better if you're on the opposing team. So if you're over here, as you can just sneak right up into here and just park your cruiser, you can park your battleship, and pretty much just go undetected unless there's something over here. For myself, this is a little bit more risky with having to cap here. As right now, I'm not going to push up too far, as there's the Kaga.
Anti-aircraft gun crews are on full alert.
I'm going to back up a little bit, and I'm already being targeted by several ships. As you can see, I'm taking some hits there, and the reason I don't want to slip into the cap yet is because I saw those planes coming, and there's not a lot of protection right here to cover. I'm actually thankful for this right here, but you have to be at least back somewhere through here. So you'll notice how I'm very cautious, and when I move up, when I back up, I'm already backing up. I already see there's shots been fired off on me. This is Neptune, he's got a radar, he's got a hydro. We still have other ships that we don't have a new location on yet. But as you can see, they've already taken Alpha and Charlie Cap. As I said, it's very easy to just move up here in a ship undetected, and you can just usually shoot over here quite easily. It depends on, like, if you're in American cruisers, like the light cruiser chain, they have a high arc in shooting, where the British and the other ships tend to shoot more lateral. I don't know if that's the right phrasing. They don't have as high arc, they're lower arcs. So you can already see I can move up here, I can shoot at this mains undetected. I've been radared again, so I can see what the turbines is, I see the mains, so there's actually 2 turbines over here. So right now I'm not being targeted, otherwise if I was being targeted I'd probably move back, and I see it's the Alaska. The Alaska is probably the one that's radaring me. So I'm going to back up again. I'm just trying to see if I can get some fire set. I have an HFE with my captain on Seattle. So you'll notice that I'm not aiming low like you would say with the battleship. I'm not trying to aim specifically for the bows, or the hull on the side. I'm going for the superstructure on the deck. That's really what I want to set the fires on. Because with these shells, if you just hit the side hull of the ship, it's not going to do anything. It's ricochets and non-penetrations. Or you're going to just hit torpedo belt protection, and it's not going to do damage to them.
All stations, proceed to capture.
So I'm going to go ahead and move up here. And I'm going to just get my ship just far enough over the cap where I'm preventing them from getting points from this cap. So right now we've stopped them getting any more points. So it's lock 340 to 354. And from what I can tell, it's probably the kid, the destroyer, that's in Bravo. So I'm kind of highlighting that. Really the one in the middle, which isn't always the best under these circumstances. Because what I'm concerned about, if I control the camera here, is the kid being able to see me if he comes around this side of the islands. Because when I shoot fire, I'm pretty much the whole cap is visible of my location. So if he moves out from that smoke, then that's not good. So we just flipped Charlie while they flipped Bravo. So let's keep the points even. And you can still see I'm just sitting here. Just trying to get shots off. And I know they're probably going to use a radar again soon, and Neptune's probably off cooldown. Get hit there in the turrets. So I'm ready to back up when I need to. I'm just switching ship to ship whenever one becomes detected. So as I said, it's not a very exciting play, but I'm just playing strategically sitting here. I'm just keeping them from getting any more points from this cap right now. And you can see that usually a lot of matches, it depends on the players you have. It's usually always a good play if you can flank around. You can push around with other ships. As you can see, the Alitoyo and the Moskva, they're playing pretty safe. They're just sitting in the back, shooting far away. As in the next game I played after this, actually, it was same positioning, same ship, and didn't actually work out too well because they pushed on both sides. As I was already leaving the area, so I was here, I had to move over to here, and it just wasn't great with how they just overtook us on this flank, and I think we ended up losing that battle, if I remember correctly. So there's a radar, Alaska, just fired off a shot at me, 2 fires, so I go ahead and use
The ship is on fire.
Damage party control.
Problem solved, sir.
You really don't want to use these if you have 1 fire. You want to see if you wait till 2 fires, unless you know you're not going to be fired on again, then go ahead and pop it off. What I could have done, I could have waited another, say, 5 or 10 seconds. I could just did it now, and then there'd be less fire damage. So I'm just backing up more. I see the kid, he just popped up smoke, he's still over in the center. I'm trying to see how far away it is with this here. So it's like 15 kilometers away. So if I fire and he comes outside of smoke, I know I'll be detected since my concealment, my detectability range when I fire is the length of the shells being 15.7. As you can see, it's highlighted here. So for myself, when I use this mini-map with my light cruisers is, you have your concealment range when you fire, your max shooting range. Then 9.6 is my concealment range for not firing. And then my radar is 9. So it's really close. So if I get detected, I know I can usually pop radar say a few seconds after if there's a ship pushing up on me or a destroyer. That really helps. So just set a fire on the Alaska on his deck on the front. I'm just sitting here farming him. I'm getting information with the radar being on, seeing where all the ships are at. As you can see, we have 6 here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So yeah, 3 battleships, 3 cruisers. So I'm being detected again, so I'm going to back up. Now I'm not detected, so I'm going to try to push back up over the cap line here. I hope. unless there's a minute I don't do that here. So last is protected again. I'm going to try to pop another shot on him. He may have used damaged party already. Repair consumable. Look at that again. Okay, so now I'm moving back up. I want to get over the cap line. As you can see, it's still pretty close on points. So now we're both drawing the same amount of points. We have the Oland is contesting Bravo. So actually they're not drawing any points, but I'm going back up again as I've been hydroed. Probably by the I'm gonna assume. Yeah, so this Tirpitz is just, he's pushing up, and I can see when you look at his flag,
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
back in, he's at least a rank 10, so I know he's probably a somewhat good player. So being able to look at flags like this during ranked season kind of helps you know what type of player you may be up against. So I'm just going to park it here for a minute. This is really not worth risking getting shot since I'm hydroed right now. I see the Oland's capping Bravo.
Protect that target.
I want them to provide cover. Keep it going. And I'm looking over my back to make sure that there's no one coming from this direction. So I don't want to be overrun, because that would just completely catch me off guard. It looks like our Ghost Curfers. Yeah, he just went down. I'm moving back up. So I know I'll be able to maybe get shots on this Alaska. Get over the, nope. Too close. But now I know a higher arc on the Montana back there, so I should switch fire to him. Let's see if I can get a fire going on him. You know, Montana is tier 10, it's a big ship. It's quite easy to hit it, even with slow shell velocity he's having the travel time with that high arc they have. I'm waiting to see if this Tirpitz is actually going to push out, or if he's just going to do the same thing as last time. Yeah, he's already turning in, so it looks like he's just doing the same thing as last time.
Attention, reporting the target position.
So I'm going to highlight him. We need to get rid of him. He's one less target over here to worry about. As they've stayed pretty strong on this flank, but you can see that their east flank has collapsed. The Thunder are moving up. Yeah. I see the Montana again. So up to 5 fires, almost 90,000 damage. The thing about at least the U.S.
Do not
cruiser
let
line,
the enemy take the area.
the kid is just being pain. He's pushed back into Bravo again. He's playing quite well. But the thing about the cruiser ships in the U.S. line, whether it's heavy cruisers or the light cruisers, they're really just support ships.
On the enemy warship.
In the sense of you want to support your destroyers, you want to support your battleships, carriers. You know, the Seattle, the U.S. light cruiser line and heavy cruiser line is usually known for more having great AA, especially the light cruiser line when you get to Helena, the Dallas, Cleveland, Seattle. It's really good. So you shouldn't always expect to get high damage. But again, you're kind of playing more based off that experience factor of capping, you're shooting planes down, you're just really helping to assist your team already. So I'm back in this capping. Nolan should swing back around. And I'm targeting, prioritizing focus fire on this Alaska. Let's get rid of him. I don't have to worry about his radar if he spots me again. Sounds good. Yeah, so Owen's coming back. Now our Aletorio, yeah, I wouldn't have done this. If I was them, I would have just stayed back here. It just wasn't worth it between the Tirpitz and the mains. I think just be torpedoed by the Tirpitz. It looks like he's going to go for the ram, but I don't think he's going to make it in time. Yeah, he's fired by the mains. So now I'm going to push up in the cap. Because I'd like to get shots off on the mains or the Tirpitz. Here comes the Kaga, so I'm gonna set my party sector for AA, as well as using my defensive AA.
All
4-plane
stations,
shutdown.
defend that area.
Bismarck was there too, so that was good AA defense for the Oland. So the Tirpitz has popped his spotter plane. And again, the kid is moved back into Bravo again. So again, he's really being a pain. Yeah, and there's torpedoes coming in. So my Oland's moving up. I definitely want to support him. Montana's outside my gun battery range. But I'm also beginning to look at my minimap and seeing where this Des Moines is as he actually just pops his radar.
Torpedoes to port.
And I know he's probably going to go ahead and move up. I don't know if he's going to just stop here or if he's actually going to push all the way up. So I'm conscious of that. He's probably going to come around the corner and shoot me. I already know that, but this Tirpitz is really close to dying. And I really want to focus fire. I really need to get rid of the Tirpitz. So I'm keeping an eye, knowing that Des Moines, yeah, he's fired his first salvo off there. So again, you know, I could just switch to the Des Moines, but he's kind of broadside, but he's angling away, but this Tirpitz is almost dead. So I really want to focus on taking this Tirpitz out first before I switch fire to the Des Moines. Pretty sure he's gonna die, but I want to make sure he doesn't pop a heal right at the last second. Yeah, he's gone. So 114,000 damage. We're gonna switch to the Des Moines now. He's just 10 kilometers away, so it shouldn't be too hard to hit him. And I notice I'm hydroed, so the main's on the other side of the island. He's still there, and I'm trying to be conscious of where he's at. If the mains wasn't here, I would probably have pushed up to this island, but I don't want to because I'm afraid the mains is probably backed up or something. You'd have a complete broadside into me. So trying to get some hits on the Des Moines, but it's really hard. He's angled, sailing away. Again, these high arc, low shell velocity, it just takes a while to get there.
The ship is on fire.
10,400. Not backing up very fast, so now I'm just going to switch fire to the Montana because it's so. The Des Moines is already going outside my range, and I just want to try to do as much damage as possible to the Montana. And even if I stop firing, I'm still hydroed by the mains, so I can't just go dark. So I just want to try to get farm to the Montana, try to get him as low as HP as possible for the rest of my team before dying. And there's the kid. he's moved from Bravo and now he's in Charlie Cap. So I've just asked my team, someone please kill that kid. He's a really good player, and I think I complimented him at the end of the battle. So he's just playing it very well. So now the Oland and the Moskva, they've moved around. I'm kind of looking to see what's going on here. The main's is low health, Montana's low health, Drake's low health. So I'm a bit concerned, even though we're at 923 points now, 27 versus 591. You know, things could go south. And I'm just encouraging my team to just, you know, focus on living, don't die or they win. Because these are the classic Jingles videos, and we just lost our Charles Hotel, where your team will just, they throw it. They just try to kill more, try to win harder, and it ends up costing you the game. So just knowing when to pull away, which I'm happy with the Moskva and the Olander. They're turning away now. So yeah, Drake just went down. The kid's still alive. But we will win on points at this point, even if they took all control of the caps back, because we have such a points advantage and there's only just over 50 seconds left on the clock. So that they know they have to kill everything. The Montana goes down from the Drake's torps he fired off right before he died. So yeah, so it looks like it's pretty good. The kid's going to move up on the Shikaku now. So again, this wasn't exciting play, but it was one where, you know, it's keeping the enemy team from getting more points. You know, they could have been higher, and just really trying to focus on cap control with having such a limited amount of DDs, destroyers, and now I'll hit 1,000 points right before the time ends. So yeah, so then we'll go to post-battle results. Yeah, so looking at the results here, we did almost 120,000 damage, 332 target hits, only 5 planes shot down, 2 destroyed, 8 fire sets. So even though there wasn't a lot of damage, not sinking of a lot of ships, with 319,000 credits, 9,000 experience, 1,950 free XP, we still made second place on the team. So actually not too far behind either. As you can see, the kid on the enemy team was actually quite good. He made top of the team. So hats off to him. He did very well. And we can see most of the damage we did was to that Alaska B, as well as the Turpits. So, and then looking at the credits XP breakdown, I had the black, white, red camo, then the daily win bonus and clan bonus. So that really helped boost experience wise. So again, it was just a really good battle. Just even though it wasn't all fancy, wasn't flashy, not a lot of kills, it was just a strategic one. And so don't always feel like as a player you have to go out of your way to charge the enemy team, or feel like you're just useless to your team if you're protecting a cap. It's ultimately your play style and helping your team win in the end. So just being a team player, and that's really what the light cruiser line, even the heavy cruisers, I'd say, but that's really what the U.S. light cruiser line is all about. It's supporting your team. It's protecting your destroyers from the anti-air or air, because the AA gun range on the Seattle is 6.9, which is also, when I take a camo with the concealment expert I have, it's also 6.9. So that really helps a lot. But again, these ships are just really, it's just supporting your team. So keep that in mind when you play these ships. Yeah, so I will see you guys back in a few days. Until then, there's other players, YouTubers that I would encourage you to check out. I would say check out iChase. I think he has a really good, I believe it's him, who has like a how-to series, and he talks about positioning, how to utilize the different types of ships. Noster also is really great. He presently is recording any new videos. His girlfriend, I believe it's a girlfriend, is going through some health issues, so he's trying to support her, as well as No Zoop for You. He has some good videos just on current state of affairs with wargaming, with World of Warships, and other specific ships as well. But iChase and Nostra I really recommend for players figuring out how to play the game. So check them out. As well as, if you enjoyed, please feel free to subscribe as I work on producing more content. So until next time, see you later and take care.